Obviously a wild game. Not a whole lot of defense by either team, but we were able to kind of get a few stops there when we switched to the zone, and obviously incredible efforts by Josh and Maddie and John. Those guys really kind of kept us afloat and kind of willed us to the victory. And we in the locker room afterwards said it's if we're going to be playing in March, we might as well be trying to win and have some fun with it. And I thought down the stretch our guys really got into it and got energized, which was great to see. And sometimes that's what it takes to get you over the hump.
You held them to 7 points in overtime, but they were kind of hot shooting the whole game. How much better did the guys execute on defense in overtime?
They're always such a hard team to prepare for. That style is such a hard style to prepare for on a short prep, right? We don't see anybody in our league that cuts with that kind of precision and that timing, and especially after going from our loss at FDU, some lighter practices during the week, and now all of a sudden you're going to find a team that's has a unique style offensively. They were really it was both ways. It was they were making some threes, they were getting layups. We were just a step slow on everything, and that's what that whole offense is predicated on. As soon as you relax or you step one way in the wrong direction, they're taught to read and go the opposite way. And they do it very well, and that's why we had to go to the zone. And I thought in the zone we were able to kind of get them out of their rhythm offensively. We forced them to maybe take some shots by some of their not as good shooters. We tried to shade to Boeheim, shade to Morgan, not allow those guys to get as clean a look, and I thought that was really helpful to us in allowing us to kind of take the lead. Obviously the 20 turnovers was huge for us. A lot of that was just based off activity, and that's what we kept talking about in the timeouts. Can we just have some activity that can kind of get a deflection, do something that can give us opportunity to kind of get a stop, because when they were shooting it wasn't missing very often.
When you have the performances like a Josh and Maddie, two seniors that understand what this game means and what's at stake with the loss, just how much is it where those guys lead by example and the rest just follow that lead? Yeah,
I think that's kind of what those guys have done all year long. And we talked about with the team, the guys that really love to play and compete will be the guys that kind of rise to the forefront. And you saw some of the guys that rose to the forefront. You saw some guys that maybe were half a step slow at different portions of the game, not playing with some of the energy that we've seen them play with in the past. And so we kind of rode those guys because they were making plays, they were making shots, they were fighting on the defensive side, and kind of talking in timeouts to guys about getting stops, raising their energy, raising their effort level, raising everything. And obviously they were not only speaking it, but they were living it on the court, and I think that's was critical to our success tonight.
And we talk about this time of year, if maybe players don't want to play in a tournament like this, but do you think the first half was indicative of not being able to adjust to a style like that? Did it take a whole half?
I thought both ways both of us were kind of able to get whatever we wanted offensively, right? And I think you never have to fight anybody to play offense. You gotta will them to play defense at times, and obviously that's kind of been our trademark over the years. And I think even though we gave up 89 points, I thought we came up with some critical stops down the stretch. And I think it was a combination of both. I think it was a combination of let's see what maybe we can get away with from an effort standpoint, and I'm not really sure where my man just went right now because he just cut behind my head and I lost sight, right? So I think it was a combination of both those things. But I think as we were able to, even towards the end of the first half, we were able to zone them a little bit and just try and break rhythm a little. And we knew we were going to have to do that at some point because we thought it would be hard for us to match up and guard them with the way that they execute offensively.
Has anyone you've played all year run that kind of motion offense like they do?
No, we try and avoid those people as much as humanly possible.
Right.
They don't do that in the Northeast Conference.
No, not at all.
When John makes the three, which leads to their timeout and the steal and score, was that maybe that turning point where you realize this is where these guys have it and maybe we can just manage it from there?
No, I'm not sure that was completely. It was nice to be able to take the lead for sure, right? But I don't know if we ever felt like, hey, we can just manage this down the stretch and get her in the garage nice and slow without any bumps on the side. There was going to be some interesting plays. Obviously, they opportunity to win the game in regulation. We had opportunity to win the game in regulation. and weren't able to do so. So we knew it was going to be up and down. I think when Matty probably made his third 3 in a row, I think everyone kind of exhaled and said, okay, maybe there's not enough possessions left in this game for them to score. And if we don't score again, we might be able to win it. And that's kind of, I think, what I was feeling at that point in time myself.